Okay, so the Flash is literally one of the most powerful superheroes of all time. He's faster than Superman, he can go back and change time, literally undo whatever he wants, he can phase through different dimensions, and he can vibrate into parallel worlds. He's basically immortal, and I think right now we have the best possible person playing this hero, not necessarily in the movies, but in the TV show. Grant Gust has brought so much to the character in the last 6 years he's played him, but he's not the only one who's been the Flash. There's been countless different people that have played the Flash, including Lex Luthor, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and even Peter Parker. And as you all know, recently on the channel, you guys have told me that you'd like to see some Flash videos, so while I'm catching up on the show, I thought it'd be fun to go back and look through the best and the worst of the Flash appearances in movies and TV to see just really how far the character has come. Welcome back everyone, it's Michael, and that's what we're going to be looking at in this video. We're going to break it all down. I like doing this kind of thing with actors or characters when I find someone new I like, and I thought it would make for a good video. And I found some pretty cool hidden things, so be sure to watch until the end. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any upcoming videos. We've got a great community here that loves to talk about all the same things that you love to talk about. So be sure to go down and hit that red button to join the community. We're going to jump right into it because there's a lot to talk about. Now, the Flash's first appearance on television was way back in 1967 with a few short TV episodes that were only 7 minutes long and showed the Flash fighting a giant bug and stopping a few bad guys.
That overgrown bug is really lethal. Must locate it.
They were actually pretty funny. They're up on YouTube if you want to give them a watch. These were all super reminiscent of the old Superman cartoons Paramount did back in the 40s. He had a few more cartoon appearances in a show called Super Friends in 1973.
Flash, we need your help.
What's the problem, Superman?
And a few years later, the Flash made his first live-action appearance that we're going to pretend never happened. It was this big thing with the 1960s Adam West Batman along with a bunch of other DC heroes. It was a complete joke. Who put this in the list? We're moving on. He also appeared in a show called The Superpowers Team, which was an 8-episode series that featured Batman, Superman, Flash, Wonder Woman, Cyborg, and a few others as they fought off Darkseid and a bunch of other villains. Pretty cool. Now, his next appearance, this is where it really started. Well, at least for the live-action side of things. In 1990, John Wesley Shipp starred as the Flash in this show that ended after just 1 season because it wasn't gaining as much traction as hoped for. Although it could be a little clunky and generic at times, it still had the amazing Trickster episode starring none other than Mark Hamill, which both he and Ships would come back today to make guest appearances on the CW's Flash, which are both amazing. And after that, it wasn't until 1997 that we saw him on the big screen again, and this time it was for the Justice League of America movie, which sounds nice in theory, but was ruined by poor story, weird character chemistry, bad acting, you name it. Completely forgetting about the comics, and a whole lot of weirdly inserted interviews talking about the movie's events that happened in the past. I mean, not even mentioning the blue Green Lantern. The best thing about this movie was it came out when there was no other big superhero movies around. This was a shot in the dark and tried to be something there wasn't much of, so props for that. But the Flash definitely didn't look nearly as bad as his first TV appearance did. His suit kind of reminded me of Turbo Man from Jingle All the Way with Terminator and Little Annie. That movie was cool. I liked that one. But this one was pretty bad. But even still, do you know what's worse than this? Only 8% of you guys that watch the videos are subscribed. That's crazy. I mean, shout out to that 8% though, you guys are the best. I mentioned this in the last video, and the 8% really spoke up, and you guys really showed your support in the comments, and I really appreciated that, and just wanted to say a little thank you. And if you're part of the giant 90% that's not subscribed, what are you doing? If you enjoy the videos and you want to support the channel so I keep making more videos, all you gotta do is subscribe. Doesn't cost anything, but it helps me out a lot. I hope to at least see you guys in the next video because I'm going to be doing some more videos on the CW's Flash soon, but more on that later. Now, like I was saying, the Justice League of America just didn't go over so hot. It kind of flopped. There was an appearance in the 1997 Superman cartoon series for an episode called Speed Demons, and then the next time we would see a live-action Flash is when we jump to 2004 and Bart Allen appears in an episode of Smallville for a run-in with young Superman. This was one of the best Flash appearances on TV since the Flash show that John Wesley Shipp did. Clark finally had someone he could relate to and had a very unique relationship with him, and ended with a little bro moment as they kind of ran off together. I never got to watch Smallville though. It was airing back when little Michael J was still being a sheltered little kid and wasn't allowed to watch anything. I mean, like anything, even Disney movies. No Lion King. Lion King was bad. No Alice in Wonderland, no Mulan. I had a bad case of overprotective parents, but that's a story for another time. All I heard was good things about this show from all my friends, and even reading about it online, I only hear it talked about in the highest regards. This is one of those shows that I wish I had got to see back in my childhood, and seeing the Flash make a guest appearance would have been the coolest thing to little me. And during Smallville, the 2 Justice League shows aired. Justice League and Justice League Unlimited both had Flash voiced by Michael Rosenbaum, which, funny enough, was the actor that played Lex Luthor on Smallville. And before he came back to play the Flash in Justice League Doom, which came out in 2012, 3 other Justice League movies came out with other people playing Flash. New Frontier came out in 2008 with Neil Patrick Harris as the Flash, and then Crisis on 2 Earths came out 2 years later starring Josh Keaton as the Flash, with no relation to Michael Keaton, who was the Batman after George Clooney. And then one more came out in 2014 called Flashpoint Paradox, where Justin Chambers played the Flash. Justice League's popularity definitely helped the world of supers expand into more titles over the following years. The Batman Beleaguered short came out, which debuted James Arnold Taylor's first time as the Flash.
And No Way Out. I've checked 52 million times.
He's a favorite of mine. He plays Obi-Wan Kenobi from the Clone Wars that I grew up watching with my family. It was kind of like a bonding thing for me, my dad, and my little brothers. And eventually my dad took me to Star Wars weekends back when they used to do that here in Hollywood Studios. And we got to meet him and talk to him a bit after a show. And it was really cool. The guy was super nice. Taylor would continue to play Lego Flash with 2 more movies in 2015 and 1 more in 2016. And I just love his work, so that made me really happy to see. And while those were going on, the CW launched its very own Flash TV show after successful appearance in Arrow, which I loved. I still need to finish the last season, but this very well may be the best Flash we've ever had to date. I think Grant Gust is the perfect actor for the character, and I can't wait to catch up on this show. I was super into it since it first aired, and I got my dad and 2 little brothers into it, and we would watch it all the time, until eventually they got too far ahead of me and I just kind of fell out of the loop. Believe it or not, I think it was literally because I would spend so much time in my room when I was first starting to work on this YouTube channel. I was working on my very first videos when they started watching them without me. I've watched all the way up until a few episodes into season 3, and that's literally when I started my channel. It's pretty cool, everything's come full circle. But I loved the Flash's season 1 costume on the show. For a while, I wanted to find one or see if I could make one to cosplay with and go to conventions. It just looks so cool, and I would still love to get a suit to this day. I mean, I would love a Flash costume, don't get me wrong, but an Arrow season 1 costume would be sick, or maybe a Deadpool costume, or some Stormtrooper armor. I mean, all that stuff is pretty expensive though. Maybe one day I'll be able to get some suits and you'll see them on the channel or something. But like I was saying, best Flash ever. Like a lot of people say Tom Welling from Smallville is the best Clark Kent ever, I think that goes the same with Gust. And honestly, I was a little sad when I heard they were casting a new actor to be the Flash in the live-action Justice League movie. I thought, if they have the perfect Flash that the fans love, why bother to get another? And then Justice League came out and it sucked and I was fine. Ezra Miller took on the role of the most recent Flash who appeared in Batman vs. Superman, Suicide Squad, and of course, the Justice League. And honestly, he just wasn't my favorite. There were a few times where the character just flat out came off as annoying, but then when I heard he was going to make a crossover appearance in the show and be a Flash from a different Earth, I was like, alright, I can do this. And then he was trending the other day on Twitter and it looks like he's been canceled and no more future movie for him. But let's go over real quick a few other appearances we missed. Now, I really enjoyed the Flash's appearance in Vixen, which is also set in the Arrowverse. This is Grant Gust's only voice acting credits for Flash, surprisingly. But it was pretty cool. I wouldn't be mad if he did more of it.
Why do you let Cisco name the bad guys?
I ask myself that question a lot.
In JLA Adventures Trapped in Time, Flash was played by Jason Spicek, which coincidentally played the bad guy in a thriller called Time Lapse with Daniela Panabaker, who plays Caitlin Snow from Flash. It's a great movie. If you haven't seen it, you should definitely put it on your watch list. And when you're watching it, just remember the bad guy was Flash in a different universe, and there's a different Caitlin Snow he's trying to kill. That'll really mess with your mind. And then there was 4 movies where Christopher Gorham played the Flash: Justice League War in 2014, Throne of Atlantis in 2015, Justice League vs. Teen Titans in 2016, and The Death of Superman in 2018. And I think he's done a great job with the character. Funny while giving him some maturity. At least makes him seem a bit older than our current Flashes. In 2015, DC Super Friends aired, which was a 15-episode show, and the Flash was played by Yuri Lowenthal, who... I think I said that right. But he was also Spider-Man / Peter Parker in the newest video game. How cool is that? There was an appearance in Batman Unlimited Animal Instinct where Charlie Slatter played Flash, and in 2017 the Lego Batman movie came out and Adam Devine played Flash, just for comedy's sake. The Justice League scene was great. Channing Tatum played Superman and Jonah Hill played Green Lantern. I loved all their little cameos.
Crazy, man.
Totally, yes. Email mistakes happen all the time. Sometimes I don't get Superman's emails for years.
Great point, GL. Great point. All right, well, that clears up everything, right? Enjoy the party, bro.
And then James Arnold Taylor came back in 2018 to play Flash in DC's Lego Comics Superheroes Flash movie. Will Wheaton played him in Flash's appearance in Teen Titans Go to the Movies. And then Grant Gust has made multiple appearances in Arrow, Legends of Tomorrow, and Batwoman, which I don't know why they're still making that show. I mean, over the years, we've seen a lot of different people take on the role of playing the Flash, but I really think we've got the best one ever right now with Grant Gust, and I'm super stoked to get back into the show. And I think that's everyone. Thank you for watching the video. Shout out to the 8%. I appreciate each and every one of you that care enough to subscribe to the channel. Your support means a lot to me. Thank you. And let me know in the comments who's your favorite Flash of all time. Get ready for some more Flash videos soon, and I'll be back soon with another video, so make sure you're subbed because I want to see you back. Have a great rest of your day, and until next time, I will see you in the comments. Peace.